So being on tour all the time is great, and then there's Japan, right? In other words, you go everywhere. It's amazing and it's culturally interesting, but then you go to Japan and it has a personality of its own, a speed of its own, and here we sit in a city of 13.6 million people. That's 24 hours a day.
Well, here we are, walking through the streets of, and I'm gonna go get a haircut in Japan, Sam. What do you think?
I think that it might be like Japanese gardeners. They might take out a small pair of scissors and do one hair at a time.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
It
you
may take a
could be
long
in
time.
big trouble.
We should not go. Well, here we are. This is the building. So this
Oh,
is the
man.
building. We're gonna have a haircut. Name. Your name. Yuria. Jose. Yeah. Great to meet you. Yuria is cutting my hair. Here we go. You never feel like you're in a city with 13.6 million people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's so organized, people are so polite.
Yeah.
You know, when you ride the train or the subway or whatever you call it, it's just amazing the way people behave.
Yeah.
You know? I have a friend in the band that he didn't realize that he was the only one talking on the phone the other day in public.
You did that? You
When?
talked on the phone in public in Japan?
When?
Did you notice that? They never do that. It's like,
When?
At breakfast.
this is a perfect picture of what you were like at 7 years old. What? Who did this? My baby brother.
What about the level of the bands we've been playing with?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just incredible.
Music education heaven. It's like the dynamics are adult. And I'm still scratching my head about that the dynamic ranges.
What gets me every time here is the younger generation, the amount of respect that they have for the elders. Like the other day when I crossed the room of the band,
Yeah.
as I started walking, all of them grabbed their stands and made a way for me to get through.
But it was instant. Did you feel like
Oh, yeah.
Moses? Did you feel
Yeah.
like Moses?
Yeah, parting the sea.
Value things like if you're working on but I mean these kids grew up pure digital. This whole by the time these kids got to high school, they'd never known a world without that, you know. So the situation that you run into with that is that the sense of community is important. In other words, they grew up in front of a screen, they grew up with the Game Boy, they grew up with all of these different things. But they value the time they spend together as human beings, and it's like that's what band is. Band is a team, and it's like there's no fast way to do band. Hi, domo. Hi, domo. Hi.
So beautiful, I don't really want to touch it further.
Yeah. It's always great to take the lid off a bowl and have a shrimp say hello to you.
But I think that what has made this trip very special, at least for me, is the fact that we have Pepe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tepe, our manager.
Because Tepe, it's not only, I mean, he's a great trumpet player and a great musician, but he is such a great interpreter that whenever we're on the stage or doing a clinic, you just make it glue, man. Otherwise, it wouldn't fly.
Thanks.
You know. So thank you for doing that, man. That's awesome.
And if it wasn't for Tepe, we'd use the wrong sauce on the wrong food. I mean, we could be dead right now. You know, it's like go the wrong way in the Tokyo subway, still
That's
making
right.
circles. You know.
It really impresses me every time we come to Tokyo, man. When we fly into Tokyo, the skyline. The skyline is amazing. Of
Spectacular.
the city.
Yeah.
And you know the hectic, you know, the city never stops. Doesn't matter what time it is.
Yeah.
It never stops. 2 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon.
I've never seen anything like it. I lived in New York for a long time, and I've never seen it. You can tell if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You really can't tell if it's 2 o'clock in the morning here. The subway's rocking.
We're on our way to a concert. And we're in the subway. And all we've been doing today is traveling all day long.
Oh, look at that.
Woo! You don't like pickles, do you? Here. Just once. Just what? This isn't a real pickle.
No.
A pickle's green.
Nope.
1,000 yen.
Let me ask you a question about distances in Japan. Like, if you fly, it's just close together, right?
You know, did you guys know that Japan fits into the state of California?
Oh, wow.
That's what it. That's the perspective.
yeah.
Yeah. So in that short amount of time, the greatness of this country geographically is shocking. I mean, it's like, in other words, every few miles that you go, you're looking at something new.
Yeah.
Different, and they have mountains, but there are so many different mountains. There's like smooth, and there's ragged, and there's those incredible ones that go all the way into the ocean that we don't see anything like that. Even on the Pacific coast, we don't have anything like that.
Coming out of Obihiro, those mountains were incredible.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
and there's
Oh,
Alp-like.
snow-capped mountains.
Yeah. You guys have it made because that's really close to Spanish. It's in the front of the mouth, and it uses the tongue and the mouth shapes very close to you guys.
The
Right?
vowels. It's eyes, eyes.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah, there's nothing. That's nothing for you guys.
Asas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
こんばんは。今日は暗いよ。ありがとうございます。
And the love of the audience. I mean, they're culture hounds. Here, it's like it's essential. It's like part of your spiritual life is to go to concerts. It's like it's not necessarily an entertainment; it's a necessity.
Well, then talk about, just after the concert, people coming up and talk to like tons of people.
And the ceremony, tell them, tell them, anybody, any musician say, yeah, we go play the gig, and then where do you go? You go to the bar afterwards? No. First we sit for 2 hours and we sign autographs and shake hands and take selfies because they've been watching you and you look like a little, insect up there on the stage, and then they get to meet you straight up after it's over, and that's part of the concert. The concert's not over till that's over. So what we're really talking about 3 to 4 hour experience when it's Japanese. That's amazing.
What about that first concert? The woman after the concert telling you about her daughter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was emotional.
Super special.
Yeah, that was really special.
We played the lullaby, Angel's lullaby, and she had just had her daughter had just had a baby, and she was just like super emotional.
Yeah,
She couldn't stop crying.
she couldn't. No,
Yeah.
it was just so special for her.
They say music skips the whole cerebral part, the whole think part, and anyway, it wouldn't matter what language. It's the universal language because it talks to your nervous system. So she heard that piece and had an experience, and it's like it was hard to not get emotional watching her get emotional. That's how real it was.
And then she related it to you because of how you set it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well.
It's a very special piece for you.
We are old enough, especially me, but we're all like teachers, and we master class, and so we're sensei, right? And sensei is a high respect level here, and so the kids are a little standoffish, and even the audiences, they're very respectful. We get a lot of bowing, and then the concert happens, and we break all those walls down by having a great time with them. And when it's over, that sign ceremony is a riot. It's a Mardi Gras happening, and it's like that. That's what is the power of the music for me. It's like, you want to grieve, do it to music. You want to be happy, do it to music. But after it's over, they treat you differently than before it started.
Think
That's
of
the
everything
coolest
that
part.
we've signed after the concerts. Not just the CDs or the program, but everything else. We signed cases, the pair of phones.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing to be here. The most life-changing thing, it's funny because I don't remember half of this because I've been gone for 22 or more years. And then when I got here, I'm having all these flashbacks. I remember 1982 going here, having this incredible experience coming back, and never forgetting that that's the most different that made me than any trip I ever took, ever. Because of how well the country works and how much they respect music and how much the food helps you get through a tour. It's not being careful what you eat. It's like all of this food is energy. It's like all really, it drives you towards doing your best. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then we spent a lot of time coming here, and I know you guys came here, but now we come here together, and this is the craziest band ever. So I know that Tepe will take us to places where people don't go very much, and that's when the monkeys start to come into the hot tub when you're in there in the middle of nowhere, and that's when we do. That's when we'll have our greatest adventures. You can trust it here.